Hi and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do a bit of a vlog today. It's the last day of the school break here in New Zealand, so most New Zealand school age kids have been off school for almost 6 weeks now, 5 or 6 weeks, and a lot of schools are starting back tomorrow. So I want to get a few things organised for that today, but I feel a little bit discombobulated, so we'll just see where the day goes. I do feel like I want to do a little bit of decluttering. I haven't done that in a while. I like to do that 2 or 3 times a year, and I feel like it's time. I don't think we have a lot to declutter, which is good because it means that we're not bringing a whole lot into our home that we don't want. But I feel like I do want to go through each room, and since the boys are here, I would like to go through their rooms and just make sure that everything in there is things that they really want to keep and that they love playing with. I also want to do a little bit of baking. I asked the boys what they would like to take back for their treat in their lunchbox, and they said lolly cake, so I'm going to make some of that today. I'd really like to get back into baking this year, where on a Sunday I do baking for the upcoming week, both for the boys and for Mike, so that's something I would like to get back into when I start my regular routine again. So yeah, let's see what happens today, let's see what I get done. Luna is still climbing on the kitchen island, but yeah, let's see what I get up to today. The first thing I'm going to do is turn off the boys' Nintendos and get them ready. We do have to leave the house later on today to send away these 2 bags that someone purchased from my felt store. It's actually a subscriber. I don't want to say her name in case she doesn't want me to do that, but you know who you are. Thank you very much, and I hope you really enjoy these bags. So I do need to send those off today. But first, let's go down and get those boys ready for the day. So since it is Monday today anyway, I am going to start in the bathroom for my little declutter, and I'm just going to do my normal weekly home blessing things while I'm in here. So I'm going to clean out Luna's litter box and give the shower a quick clean, the floor a quick wipe, just things like that, as well as decluttering. Okay, so I finished decluttering in the bathroom. I really just had to do the medicines, so I tidied up the little cupboard here and then got rid of a few medicines that had expired and just some trash that was sitting around in our little medicine drawer. And I just thought I would mention that if you saw my budgeting video with my sinking funds, you'll see that I started a towel sinking fund. I was not lying when I said that we needed some new towels. I think I'm going to keep this one out and just stitch it up so that we can keep using it for a little bit longer, but I wasn't kidding when I said that it was time for some new towels. So now I'm just going to finish doing the things that I would do on a weekly home blessing and just my normal routine in the bathroom, and then I'll probably move on to the next room. Okay, so I'm all done in the boys' room, and I'll show you what we decluttered. So they prefer to not be on camera anymore, so I just didn't film any of it. But we have a pile of recycling here, so just some artwork and some craft things. I do really appreciate that McDonald's aren't doing plastic toys anymore. Let me know if it's like that where you are in the world. Because we don't go to McDonald's a lot, but we usually go there once or twice over the school holidays. And yeah, I really appreciate that they're making toys that you can recycle, that are just made out of cardboard, because once they've finished playing with them, we can just recycle them. I think that's really cool. Then Tobias wants to donate his Playmobil stuff. This is all the Playmobil he has, and he doesn't really play with it. So I'm going to put this all into a Ziploc so that the thrift store can just sell it as a bag. Then we have a couple of lights that the boys don't use anymore, and this, now that they have their Nintendos, they've kind of grown out of this, so I'm going to find the charging cord and we'll donate that. And then I just have a couple of items of clothing that Tobias has grown out of over the summer. Okay, it's time for a coffee break. I'm gonna get a Tim Tam. I've been keeping my Tim Tams in the fridge and it's so good, these caramel ones. The caramel goes extra chewy. So I'm gonna have one of those. And I also just went through Luna's toys and picked out any doubles that she has. I'll show you what we keep her toys in. So this is what we're keeping her toys in. So it was overflowing a little bit. So I went through and just picked out some of the toys she doesn't play with and some of the kind of double up. So they're in really good condition. She hasn't really played with these at all. So I'm gonna add these to my donation pile. But now I am going to sit down and enjoy my coffee. Sorry, one of these toys is making a noise. But yeah, time for a coffee break. Okay, so it's after lunch now and I have made the lolly cake. I've made this on my vlog before and I'm pretty sure people in New Zealand and Australia knew what it was and people in America hadn't heard of it. And I remember it was really hard to explain what kind of candy that we put in it because they're not really like anything else. It's kind of like a really dense marshmallow. This is what I used. The recipe actually called for fruit puffs, but I couldn't find those. So I just got these Explorers and it doesn't really describe it, but it does have a picture of a lolly cake on the back there. So it's fine to use these. But yeah, I guess it's like a really dense marshmallow if you wanted to try and make it somewhere where you couldn't get these. But basically it's a really easy recipe. I will leave it linked down below, but you just chop up the candy, then you grind up some malt biscuits. I don't know if malt biscuits are a thing that are everywhere either, but you put them in the food processor and grind them up. Then you just put the candy and the crushed up biscuits into a bowl with butter and half a can of condensed milk. You mix it around. And then you just form it into a log shape and put coconut all around it and then just put it in the fridge. So it's a really easy recipe because you don't really have to bake anything. You just have to melt the butter, that's it. And yeah, my boys really love it. They're really excited. I'm gonna give them a piece now and then they can take some for lunch tomorrow. But yeah, after they've had a piece of this, I think the next thing I'm going to work on is a quick declutter of the kitchen. I really don't think there's going to be a lot, if anything, to declutter here, but I definitely do want to do our little craft drawer because that's always a mess. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. It was mainly just recycling stuff that I had to put away. And I have some library books here that I need to just finish recording the recipes that I want out of and take them back to the library. And there's this activity pad here which only has a couple of the puzzles left to do. So I might do that with Tobias this afternoon and then we can recycle that. Otherwise this drawer is looking pretty good.
How small he is. Yeah, he's really small. Look at him. He doesn't have two swords. He's like, whoa.
Okay, so it's later in the afternoon now. We have sent off the bags and I'm just about to sit down and have a little break. And I've been having a cup of tea kind of mid-afternoon for the last few weeks and I've really enjoyed it. And I've been cycling through these three things, even though one of them isn't tea. The first one is this peppermint tea, which I really like. It's from a store in the city, and while it's more expensive than a supermarket brand, I think when it runs out I'll buy some more. It was about $12 for this whole bag, and you only use a teaspoon, so it's lasting a really long time, so I think it's probably worth the extra money. Then there's the green tea, which is just from Countdown. That's what I'm having today. I've been really enjoying that, and I've actually been making Mike a cup of tea at night, and he's really gotten into having the green tea. And then the last one isn't a tea, but it's kind of like a hot chocolate. It's called the cinnamon cacao, and I bought it because I thought it would be quite cool with the mushrooms. I'm not going to try and pronounce that one, but it's also got lion's mane in it. And for a while I've wanted to try the coffee made with the mushrooms, but I haven't really found that anywhere. So I wouldn't buy this again. It is good, but I think it's just too expensive, but it was really cool just to try out. So I'm gonna sit down with my green tea and I'll show you a little knitting update. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of a knitting update, but first I did want to apologize because I started editing this vlog and there's a lot of background noise from the washing machine and the dryer and the air conditioner, and I honestly don't even hear it, especially today where I have one hearing aid in, just because I can't be bothered putting the other one in because I'm just hanging out at home. So yeah, I don't even hear it in the background, but then when I'm editing and I have my AirPods in, I can hear it. So yeah, I apologize for any background noise. I've turned the air conditioning off just while I do this bit because I'm sitting right underneath it. But yeah, so just ignore any background noise in this vlog. I'm sure the washing machine and things are always on in the background anyway. But yeah, thought I'd do a little knitting update. So I have nothing in my big project bag at the moment because I have finished my Sophie shawl by Petite Knits. I don't know how I can show it, but I really love it. I thought it was going to be quite itchy, but after I blocked it, it's actually really soft, and I think I'm going to make another one of these with a different yarn. This is made with Rowan felted tweed, which has a little bit of alpaca in it, and it's really nice and warm. I really love it. I love the color, and most of all, like my other projects, I'm just so proud of myself for actually finishing something. And I have actually finished something else as well. So I finished my green Oslo hat, and I say finished, but I actually do need to stitch around the brim. I still think it's a little bit small. I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I've started another one which I'll show you, and I'm doing the next size up. And Tobias really loves this one, so he's gonna have it. Tobias, do you want to show them what it looks like on? No, he doesn't want to show you what it looks like on, that's fine, but he does look really cute in it, and it's going to be great for winter. So that's going to be Tobias's. I will have to make kind of a handmade name tag and stitch it in because it was made with reasonably expensive yarn, and I don't want it to just get lost and end up in the lost property at school. So I'll put his name on that. And then what else? So I started another Oslo hat. This will be my third one, and I've gone up a size, so hopefully this one will work for me. But Lockie still wants one too, so if it doesn't, Lockie can have it. Otherwise, Lockie's asked for a black one, so I'm gonna make one for him. But I'm making it in this navy yarn, and I'm actually using a much cheaper yarn. Someone commented in my last video to remember that just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's the best. So that's a hard thing to remember because it just feels like it is. But I just bought this Lullaby 100% merino. It was about $7 a ball, and I should be able to make a hat out of 2 balls. So if it turns out really well, which it looks good so far, that'll be quite a affordable alternative to the other yarn that I was using. So I'll let you know how this one goes. And then I have been working on my million year wrap. I've actually worked on it quite often, and all I have to show for it is this, just because it's so long. It takes me a really long time to get through a row. So yeah, super proud of my finished projects and excited to work on some more and to have some nice handmade things to wear this winter. But I think I'm gonna end this video here. It's a bit of a short one, but that's pretty much all I'm gonna be doing today. Just a little bit of decluttering, a little bit of baking, and now we're gonna just be getting the boys ready for school tomorrow and just getting in the mindset of getting back into my regular routine. I did want to do a quick shout out to 2 other creators here on YouTube. One of them I did put in a community post, and I saw that a lot of you went and checked out her channel, so I really appreciate that. That is the Joy Ninja. Yeah, I really like her videos. I don't even use cash for budgeting, but there's something so nice and calm about her videos and motivating. So I definitely enjoy watching those. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Catherine. I don't know why I haven't given her a shout out earlier because I've had it on my little notes app to do, but I really enjoy her vlogs. She's a homeschooling mum in Australia, so I will leave her videos linked down below. I love having them on in the background and listening to what Catherine's getting up to. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I think my next one will be everything I bought in January, so keep an eye out for that. But I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.